You know, my birthday is on May 31st, and many times throughout my life, not this time around, but during my childhood, that my birthday has coincided with Memorial Day, the day when people worship the dead soldiers. Now, I have a question for you. Memorial Day, which again, unfortunately, I know a lot about because my birthday lands on it sometimes. Half of these holidays, I don't even remember why they exist. Memorial Day, unfortunately, I do. People worship their dead soldiers. But think about it from this perspective. Who should we have a holiday for? Think about it. We have a government sponsored, banks are closed, school is closed, a government sponsored holiday, Memorial Day. Now think about it. Again, what are you thinking about yet? I don't know. This bitch has got to keep going. How many people have died serving this country in war versus how many people has this country, who are, by the way, citizens of this country, how many people has this country executed in cold blood via its awful legislation and terrible country? Again, the health insurance mafia, right? Look at the gun lobby that is flooding our streets with guns. Look at the food industry, which is poisoning your brain and making you act less rational so that you're more violent because you're malnourished. 95% of Americans are malnourished. Look it up. 95% Americans fiber. If you don't eat fiber, you are malnourished. Your brain is not functioning properly. Your gut is not functioning properly, right? 95% of Americans are malnourished. Therefore, they are theoretically acting more violent because they are in a state of semi-starvation at all times. By the way, 75% of Americans don't drink water. The streets are flooded with guns, right? And we're all sitting here on Memorial Day worried about dead soldiers? Dead soldiers? You mean people that signed up to be dropped down into a fucking genocide mission to kill a bunch of Iraqi civilians? Oh, we're doing holidays about dead soldiers. No holidays about the dead 1 million dead Iraqi civilians. Fuck them. They don't get a holiday. But the dead soldiers, the rapists and the pillagers and the motherfuckers who sold their souls to the government to become killing machines. Now, I know it's unpopular to shit on the military, but hey, fuck it. It's Memorial Day. It's my birthday, motherfucker. Give me a break. All right. So we have a situation where this government executes not only 1 million dead Iraqis, but millions of Americans the government kills every year with its policies. COVID killing 1 million people, hundreds of thousands a year now at this point. We'll get more into that later. And we're all sitting here on Memorial Day worshiping dead soldiers. The least of our problems are the dead soldiers, again. And I say this, I have soldiers in my family who are dead. And you know what? I also have people in my family who died because they couldn't see a doctor because they didn't have health insurance, right? So, I don't know. Who do I care more about, statistically speaking? But again, do we have a holiday for the victims of mass shootings in this country? How many people in America have died from gun violence versus how many soldiers we sent over to commit genocides have died while trying to commit crimes of war? Think about that. Just imagine if we had a holiday, like again, a bank holiday. You are not going to school on Memorial Day for the victims of mass shootings or the victims of our health insurance mafia scam pyramid scheme. Well, this all leads me to this news story. Florida Memorial Day mass shooting. 9 people, including 4 minors, wounded on Hollywood Broadwalk. So, again, I just want people to think about the current state of the world. Now, I know making holidays, federal holidays, takes a lot of work. But really, think about it. Think about it. Memorial Day. We're all supposed to whine and cry about dead soldiers. Meanwhile, more people in this country know someone who's been the victim of gun violence than the people that know someone who's been to war and died in war. So why don't we have a holiday for the victims of gun violence? Think about it. Why don't we have a holiday for the victims of COVID-19? Why don't we have a holiday for the victims of the health insurance pyramid scheme? Why don't we have a holiday for the victims of the food industry? You know, diabetes can kill, you know, millions of people worldwide, right? But don't worry, everyone. In America, you have the privilege of paying a huge percentage of your monthly income to the pharmaceutical industry. Otherwise, you die. They literally have you by the balls at gunpoint. By the way, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people die because they can't afford insulin, and yet they don't get a holiday. But oh dear heavens, the dead soldiers, the people that signed up to go kill a bunch of foreigners, they're the ones that get the holiday. Give me a fucking break. Now, with this being said, let's read some information here. 9 people, including 4 minors, were transported to area hospitals following a mass shooting at the Hollywood Broadwalk on Monday afternoon. A City of Hollywood spokesperson. This is apparently in Florida. There's a Hollywood, Florida? I don't even know what that means. 4 of those were minors. 9 people shot, ages ranging from 1 to 17. Now, I just want to say this much. Can you tell, like, I know, privacy. Minors, ages ranging from 1 to 17. I mean, that's pretty much right. That's what, you just defined what minor is. Minor is under the age of 18. Right, so you didn't give us any information. 4 minors ranging from, is the youngest 1-year-old and the oldest 17? Is that what they're trying to tell us? It's hard to tell because they also just identified what the range of age that a minor is. I mean, I guess they left out 0, but heck. The ages of adults range from 25 to 65. One is in surgery and the others were in stable condition. It happened, I don't give a fuck about the weather in Miami, I'm sorry. It happened at the 1200 block, blah, blah, blah. 6:41 p.m. an area live cam showed people running away frantically. Started with an altercation between 2 groups, which escalated to shots being fired. 1 person of interest has been detained, and police are currently looking for a second individual. I got some acid reflux from this coffee. Heard several gunshots, seen a crowd of people running. David Van Dyke. I prefer Dick Van Dyke, personally. Anyway, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't give a shit about the details here, and neither do you. Let's be honest. There's 98,000 mass shootings every day in this country. You don't give a fuck who died. You don't give a fuck how they died. The only thing... Oh, is there a clip I can watch? Can I watch the brutal live murder in real time? Am I allowed... Oh, no? Well, I don't care. Because really, that's all that gets Americans to give a shit, is when live streamers or when murderers decide to live stream their fucking antics. You know, that's when Americans really give a shit. But... You know, again, just thinking about Memorial Day today and thinking about, I don't know, I would rather have a holiday for the people that die in mass shootings before I worship dead people that, you know, were slave catchers, dead people, you know, that were, I don't know, maybe, hey, you can say World War II, they weren't all bad in World War II, right? Whatever. But pretty much every other war, I don't know if you can hear this fucking shit, by the way, but pretty much every other war that we've been involved with, America's been the bad guy, let's be honest. And again, World War II, we dropped nuclear bombs on motherfuckers for no reason. So, you know, like, that's the thing. World War II, think about it from this instance. America was so close to being the good guy in World War II. Harry Truman came along and was like, yo, the war's about to end and we haven't committed enough war crimes. Drop a nuclear bomb. What? That's not enough? Drop a nuclear bomb, right? So again, we almost got away with it in World War II, but, you know, America fucked it up. But hey, let's worship the dead soldiers before we worship people that were murdered by the insurance industry or the food industry or the gun lobby. Hey, whatever, why not? Anyway, can you hear this? Is this audible? Like, what the fuck, man? Holy shit.